Hey guys, meaning it's finally the day where I finally do my Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman prediction. And I'll also be doing my prediction for the fights on this undercard. So let's start with the first fight on the undercard. So if you're someone who's not buying the pay-per-view, there are actually two fights that are free on Fox that are both good fights, or at least the fighters in the fights are good fighters that everyone likes to watch. Caleb Plant versus Mike Lee and Efe Ajagba versus Ali Even Demirezen. So I'll start with the Efe Ajagba fight. In my opinion, he's the best boxing prospect right now. Not contender, just pure prospect. And I do have him winning this fight. Third or fourth round TKO. Should be pretty easy. Should advance to 11-0. Very good fighter. Very enjoyable fighter to watch. And just a top-notch fighter. And it's going to be a good fight while it lasts. He has very interesting style. He throws a lot of punches. Doesn't put too much power on them, but has a very good amount of power where you could hear the punch through the TV. And it stops everyone. The only time where he can get a stoppage is when Curtis walked out the ring. It was so stupid. Should have just given him the RTD win because he basically quit. I know it was for a purse bid thing, but it's unfortunate how they only gave that guy a DQ. They should have straight up just gave him a RTD just to make it fair. So Efe Ajagba, basically 10 of 10 knockouts. Ignore that. Anyway, Caleb Plant versus Mike Lee. This is going to be a very fun fight while it lasts because Caleb Plant's always fun to watch in my opinion. He's not necessarily a puncher, but he has power to where he could hurt you or drop you. Very good head movement, very good defensive fighter. I have either Plant by the dominant decision or potentially late stoppage, but I'm going to edge decision for now because Mike Lee is a big guy. I would pick Plant to beat David Benavidez personally in a very close fight. I wouldn't pick him to beat Callum Smith, but that's the only guy I'd pick to beat Caleb Plant in the whole division. It's going to be interesting to see, though, what happens with Caleb Plant. Very fun fighter to watch, very good defensively, quick hands. He should be able to beat Mike Lee. Now, that's the end of the free portion. Now, the rest of these fights are on pay-per-view. We'll start Sergey Lipinets versus John Molina Jr. I have Sergey Lipinets winning this fight, 7th round KO. John Molina Jr. is coming off a loss where I actually thought he lost more convincingly than people say against Omar Figueroa. People act like that was a really close fight or robbery, but there's no way, in my opinion, that... There's my dog licking our couch. There's no way, in my opinion, that Molina won that fight. The commentary was garbage. If you turn the volume off, I only gave Molina 2 rounds in that fight, which might surprise a lot of you. But Sergey Lipinets, good fighter. Looked pretty good in his last one against Lamont Peterson. It's very interesting to see how he'll do in the 147 division. Is that the division he's fighting at? 140. I'm pretty sure it's 147. Be very interesting to see how he does in this division. I'm picking him to beat Molina, 7th round KO. I think he'll be winning before the stoppage. He might even knock Molina down earlier. I just think he's too strong, too technically gifted, at least for Molina. Next fight, Nery versus Juan Carlos Payano. Now, Nery is a very good fighter. I would love to see him face a Nery. Even though he did fail drug tests, he's still a very fun fighter to watch. Juan Carlos Payano is coming off beating a prospect in an 8-round decision win. Before that, he got obliterated in 1 round by Nery, and a little earlier than that, he lost a close majority decision to Rashi Warren. I'm picking Nery to win this fight, 6th round TKO. He should be able to get the job done again. Payano's not a bad fighter, but he's nowhere near the level of a Nery. He got knocked out in 1 round against a Nery, so I think people are going to be interested to see how Nery does compared to a Nery. Don't expect Nery to do better than a Nery. I don't expect him getting a first-round knockout, but I do expect him to get a pretty good stoppage. Now, the best undercard of the whole night, Yordenis Ugas versus Omar Figueroa Jr. I'm very excited for this fight. When this fight got announced, I was very happy. I'm picking Yordenis Ugas by unanimous decision, 117, 111, 118, 110. I know Figueroa is going to come to fight, and it wouldn't be too shocking if Figueroa pulled off the upset. Maybe even if he did it the way he did to Guerrero, where he just threw a bunch of punches, landed some clean, hurt him, and wouldn't let up. I don't see that happening, though. I thought Ugas beat Sean Porter, in my opinion, and I thought he knocked him down, but that's not the point. Omar Figueroa is not the best fighter, in my opinion. I've been waiting for him to face a guy that could potentially beat him, and it's finally that time. It's going to be interesting to see how he does against a guy like Ugas. By far the best opponent he's faced to date. I have Ugas winning by decision, but it'll be interesting to see how Figueroa does. He's a very entertaining fighter, and Ugas is usually an entertaining fighter. Even though I didn't find a Porter fight that entertaining, he usually does give us good fights, and I do have him winning unanimous decision. Now, the moment everyone's been waiting for, Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman. I'm picking Manny Pacquiao to win this fight. Now, with all respect to Keith Thurman, very good fighter. I just don't know if he could pull it off against Pacquiao. Thurman seemed to have some trouble against come forward guys. Like Sean Porter gave him a very tough fight. He just edged it, in my opinion. Danny Garcia gave him some problems, and we all know what happened when he fought Josecito Lopez. He got badly hurt in that 7th round. He survived, which is all that mattered, but it showed that he can be hit, he can be hurt. It's happened to him multiple times in his career. Luis Collazo hurt him with a body shot. Soto Carras hurt him, not badly, but Carras did hurt him. And I just think Manny Pacquiao's lightning quick speed, his power, even though his power is not the level it used to be, his power, his chin, which is very good. Thurman has a very good chin too, because he's only been down once in his career, and it was way earlier in his career. So since he's been on TV, he's never been knocked down, so I have to give him that. But Pacquiao's only been knocked down in recent years to Marquez, and there's conspiracies about that knockdown. I'm not going to question it. I think it was legit, but there are people who think that Marquez was on PEDs in that fight. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not sure. I don't think he was, but it wouldn't shock me. I'm going to get 50 comments now talking about the Marquez situation, which is completely irrelevant. Oh, hold on. I'm back. I'm now, after saying that, I'm going to get 100 people commenting about... Phone won't stop ringing. Holy crap. 100 comments about Marquez, which is completely irrelevant to the video. Will that phone stop ringing? Holy crap. But it's going to be a good fight. I have it 115, 113, 116, 112 in Pacquiao's favor. It's going to be a good fight, though. And this is personally my favorite card of the entire year. Yes. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. I had to leave a voicemail. I had to put the phone in my room. Great card. I do think that this is a little better than the Alvarez-Jacobs card. Main reason is because Alvarez-Jacobs card, I knew Alvarez was going to win. I think most people were picking Alvarez. This fight's more 50-50. And the undercards were pretty weak. Yeah, they had Virgil Ortiz versus Mauricio Herrera, but that's really it. Lamont Roach, no one cared about. Can't even think who else was on the undercard. Joseph Diaz fought Freddy Fonseca. So it's going to be a great card. I'm edging Pacquiao. I wouldn't be surprised there's a knockdown. I would love to see a KO because from either guy, since most pay-per-views go the full 12 rounds, and the most recent one that didn't go 12 rounds ended in a very infuriating way because Khan quit. So it'll be an interesting fight. You guys let me know who you have winning, and I do think that Keith Thurman adding more motivation to Pacquiao is definitely going to help in Pacquiao's favor. But you guys tell me who you think is going to win. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.